Hello, I think everything is working okay. Right now, just going to test some sound, test some light, and we'll give you a few minutes to get all of your materials together before we start to make some juggling balls. If you find you're having any trouble hearing my voice or hearing the music at the moment, leave us a comment and let us know. This is what we're going to be learning how to do today. Alright, so I don't think that we're having any problems with our audio at the moment. If at any point you do find that it's hard to hear me, make sure that you send us a comment and I'll try my best to either speak louder so the microphone can pick up my voice from across the room, or move a little closer to the microphone so you can hear me a little better. Does that sound great? Alright, so let's begin. Today we're going to first make some juggling balls, and then we're going to learn how to use them. I always say the first trick of learning how to juggle is learning how to drop your balls. That's why I just threw mine away. So, we're going to get started with some balloons, some sandwich bags, and today I have some split peas. But you can use whatever you would like to be able to fill your juggling balls with. So, first thing I'm going to do is take out as many sandwich bags as I would like for my balls. Today I'm going to make 3 juggling balls, so I'm going to use 3 sandwich bags. Next thing I'm going to do is pick out my balloons. This is the fun part because I get to choose whatever colors I would like to make my balls. Each ball is going to require 2 balloons. 1, 2. If you don't have balloons at home, or you don't have sandwich bags either, that's all right. Be creative and improvise. Some things I've used before would be socks. If you have old socks, you can ball them up, tie them off, and tuck the knot inside. Or you could use pantyhose, you could use fabric, you could sew it up like a beach ball. There's a lot of ways that you could improvise on the materials, but what I have in front of me is what I find is the easiest to use. So, if you do not have bags, this is when you will need to use your funnel. If you're not using bags, stick your funnel down in the neck of your balloon first, all the way down in there. And then you'll pour whatever you have for your filling directly through the funnel into your balloon. If you're using bags like me though, we're going to put our filler. Today mine is split yellow peas, but if you're using rice, flour, lentils, beans, whatever you have around home, this is what's going to go in this bag. So if you have a grown-up helping you, have the grown-up help open the bag if it's not already open. This will help prevent big spills. If you're opening it yourself, make sure you only put a little hole in there to make your life much easier. So, this is going to be my first juggling ball. It's about the size that I can grab in one hand, just like that. I don't want it to be much bigger than my hand because it's going to make it much harder to hold when I'm trying to learn how to juggle. So now that I have my peas in my bag, I'm going to tie it off by twisting it and adding an overhand knot. Just like that. If you're looking for a fun homeschooling science lesson you can do with the young ones as well, you can also use measurement as a tool here to make sure that you have the same weight in each one of your balls. So you can pick whatever weight you'd like your balls to be, measure out your innards, and then you can work on the fine motor skills of using the scissors and putting them in the bags. So I'm going to make 3 of these guts bags for my juggling balls first, and then we'll put them in the balloons next. I'm not being too particular with my peas right now. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. But if you would like, it doesn't hurt to measure it. Seems about the same. Twisty, twisty. Overhand knot. Sometimes knots are tricky to tie, aren't they? It's okay. If you find it's a little hard, just keep trying and eventually you'll get it. Okay, so now I have 2. On to the third one. There we go. A lot of beans fell out that time. That seems just about right. Twist it up again. Loop it off. And on it goes. All right. So, when we finish, our juggling balls are going to look kind of like these. See how they have a little bit of color on the inside there? And then a whole lot of color on the outside? That's because I used 2 balloons. So the first balloon you put on is going to make the color that you see here on the inside. The second balloon you put on is going to make the color you see on the outside. So if you have a favorite color, make sure you save it for the outside balloon, which is the second balloon we'll put on. So I'll use these 2 colors for one balloon, red and brown. Let's go with blue and yellow for the next ball. And how about pink and green for the last one? All right. This is when this gets a little bit tricky. So what I'm going to start with is, if you haven't already, we're going to snip the top part off of our balloon. Now, if you're filling your balloons directly with your ball guts, you're going to want to tie this off on your inside balloon using your overhand knot, just like I tied off my bags, instead of cutting your balloons. Because if you cut your balloons, it's going to get real messy real fast. So I'm going to go 1 snip, 2 snip for my first juggling ball. And I'm going to stretch the first balloon all the way over my bag of peas, just like that. There it is. Now I'm going to slip the second one all the way over my bag of peas. And this part takes a little bit of practice. I've made hundreds of these juggling balls for all the different classes I've taught. But if this is your first time, you might find that you're going to get lots of splits like that. That's okay. If you have more balloons, just add them over top and keep layering them until you're real happy with how they look. So for the next one, I'll do yellow first. There we go. And then the blue will go on top. Now, when I'm putting my balloons over top, see how I have a little hole there where you can see the bag sticking out? I'm making sure that my outside balloon covers that hole really well. So that way, none of the peas fall out when I'm trying to juggle. There's 2 juggling balls. Now let's make the third. Snip. Snip. I'm going to put the pink one on the inside because green is my favorite color. Now, here goes the green one. All right. And just like that, I have 3 new juggling balls. I'll give you a moment to get caught up if you're following along at home. And if you'd like, you can clear away your space once you're done, because now we're going to learn how to juggle with our 3 new balls. It's always a wise idea to keep hydrated. All right, so the beauty about a Facebook Live video is if you're still at home making your juggling balls right now, that's okay. You can always catch up later because this video will be available to you on the Ignite Circus Facebook page whenever you need to reference it again. I'll start moving ahead now with our lesson on how to use your juggling balls. So, like I said, the very first part about learning how to juggle is first learning how to drop them on the floor, because you're going to drop these balls an awful lot, and this is a great way to make sure that your newly made juggling balls are nice and sturdy, that they're not going to go splat everywhere when they fall. And also, notice how they don't roll away from you like a tennis ball might, which is super convenient because you're going to be chasing these an awful lot. I know I had to chase them a lot when I was first learning. So, let's start with just one. And I know you definitely have a favorite color out of the balls you just made. So let's start with our favorite color. And we all have a dominant hand and a non-dominant hand. I'm going to use the hand that I write with as my dominant hand. That's this one over here. So the first thing to learning how to juggle is standing up nice and tall, or sitting up nice and tall, and starting with your arms bent as if you're trying to hold a tray nice and flat. Now, you're going to throw the ball and catch it. If you find that you can throw it and catch it in one hand, that's great. You're already well on your way to learning how to juggle 4 balls instead of 3. But for right now, we're going to start with just one. So if you can catch it in one hand, that's great. But we want to throw it and catch it in our opposite hand. So we're going to go throw and catch. Throw and catch. Throw and catch. Throw and catch. So some of you might find that this is pretty straightforward already, and that you already want to move 10 steps ahead of the game. If you want to, that's all right. You can keep following along. But if you want to keep practicing here with throwing and catching, this is a great place to get some extra practice on this skill so you can get nice, consistent, and accurate throws every time you toss the ball. If you want a little challenge, but you're not quite ready to go on to 2 yet, you can try to throw the ball and clap before you catch it. Throw, clap, catch. Throw, clap, catch. Throw, clap, catch. Throw, clap, catch. And then, if you want an extra challenge, you can see how many claps you can get in underneath the ball before you catch it. Throw, clap, 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 catch. Just like that. Or you could throw and spin around and try your best to catch it. But even professional jugglers sometimes drop their balls, don't they? That's all right though. If you do drop your balls, just keep trying. So, if you want to practice those activities, that's a great way for you to work on your juggling skills for the next week. But if you want to move on to 2 balls, let's get started. So, we'll pick our second favorite color, and let's try going throw, throw, catch, catch. Getting a little more challenging now, isn't it? Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Notice that my green ball stays in the same hand and my blue ball stays in the same hand. Go throw, throw, catch, catch. Both balls end up in the sky at the same time too. Throw, throw, catch, catch. So after you've practiced throwing and catching with one hand and throwing and catching from one hand to the other, you can start going with one ball, throwing and catching in each hand. Throw, throw, catch, catch. All right, are you ready for another challenge now? Something even harder? Imagine if I was inside of a box. So this is the top of my box right here. This is the bottom of my box. I'm going to throw my balls from one corner of my box to the other. So it's going to go from this hand to this corner, and from this hand to this corner. All right? That, if I follow the same rhythm, will go throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. This part is going to take a while to get the hang of. It's really, really, really tricky when you have to look at where 2 balls are going all at the same time. That's a lot for your brain to process. So I like to think about always starting with the same color. So if I want to start with blue, I'll go throw, throw, catch, catch. Now my blue is over on this side. Let's try it again. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Now my blue is over on this side. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Try that a few more times, all right? Let's do it 3 more times together. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Ooh, I almost caught it that time. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Throw, throw, catch, catch. Now, at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, what is the actual trick to all of this juggling? You make it look so easy, even if you do drop it every now and again, and I drop the balls a lot. But that's the trick, is just practice. So, it took me about 8 hours of juggling a day, every day, for an entire summer, and I still couldn't juggle at the end of that summer. So I still had to practice at least like another 3 months after that. And by the end of that fall, I finally could get to this point. But it was a lot of hours of throw, throw, catch, catch, throw, throw, catch, catch, before I was even ready to pick up my 3rd ball. Do you think you're ready for your 3rd ball yet? Yeah? All right, let's keep going. So, to give yourself a little extra space to get that 3rd one going, we're going to be doing some throw, throw, catch, catch really quickly. So, let's try and add a little belly pad in there. We're going to go throw, throw, tap, catch, catch. Throw, throw, tap, catch, catch. You try it. Throw, throw, tap, catch, catch. Oh, I lost my rhythm there. Can you do better than me? Throw, throw, tap, catch, catch. Throw, throw, tap, catch, catch. Throw, throw, tap, catch, catch. Getting the hang of it. Now, if you want to keep practicing adding those taps in, go for it. This is a hard skill to learn. It's going to take a lot of time. But if you want to move on to 3, here's how we'll do it. See how I'm holding my balls in my hands? I have one ball here in my fist, like this, and I have these extra fingers right here. I'm going to hold this ball in those extra fingers, okay? That leaves my other ball in my non-dominant hand. So, the first ball I'm going to throw is this red one here. The next one I'm going to throw is this green one, because before I can catch this red one, that green one has to leave my hand. And then the last ball I'm going to throw is this blue one right here. Ready? Let's go. So, we're going to start with the red one, then the green one, then the blue one. Red, green, blue. Red, green, blue. And eventually, you'll have what is called a 3-ball cascade. So, that's a pretty tricky trick, isn't it? Some of the things you might find that are happening is when you're trying to juggle, all your balls are going far in front of you and you're trying really hard to catch them. Another thing you might find is that they keep going behind you and they're hard to catch. Well, if you find that you have to keep chasing your balls forward, start moving backward with them. This can be a little tricky if you don't have very much space inside, so be really mindful of your surroundings while you try to do this. But if you find your balls keep going ahead of you, walk backwards while you try to juggle. If you find that your balls keep going behind you and keep going back this way, then try walking forward while you juggle. And that will help you to keep control of the balls as you go. Some other tricks I found that have helped me while I was learning are, just one second, I have to go chase those balls now. All right, so some other tricks that have helped me while I was learning are coming up against a wall like this. If you roll your balls up against the wall, then that also helps to keep them in place. So, this concludes our very first juggling lesson. I really, really, really hope that you learned something new today. And if you did make your very own juggling balls at home, I would love to see your photos of your new toys. Post it in the comments. Let me know how they turned out. And if you have any questions about how to progress with your juggling as well, if you need something a little bit harder, or if you find that you're just not getting it from one catch to the next, then feel free to give us a shout in our messages too, because what else are we doing while we're hanging out at home? Love to hear from our friends because we don't get to see you very often anymore. So feel free to give us a shout in our inbox if you have any questions about how to juggle, or if you have any questions about how to make your juggling balls too with what materials you do have available to you. We're definitely available to help. Thank you so much for tuning in. Next week, we're going to learn how to make a hula hoop and then how to use our hula hoop. But if you find that you're just tuning in now, don't worry, you should be able to access this video through our Facebook page anytime. Thank you so much and have a great night. And don't forget to stay safe and wash your hands.